Hello, good day to yous, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. So I've made a couple of modifications to my setup because I wasn't able to find out a concrete solution to my crashing issue, so hopefully just like running this in a less intensive manner will improve things. Got access to a second monitor, so now I can actually full screen this. Alright, now, what are we doing? I talked to that guy in the cage, and I have to go talk to... oh god, what was her name? At least I think I did. Is this... Did I get set back a bit because of a crash? Oh, yeah, looks like it. Weird, there was even an autosave.
You aren't one of my captors. I have nothing to say that would amuse a dwarf. Leave me in peace.
Who put you here?
The revered.
I am Sten of the Beresard.
Raz, pleased to meet you.
I suggest you leave me to my fate.
What did you end up in here?
I have been convicted of murder. Have the villagers not spoken of this?
Are you guilty?
Are you asking if I feel however I feel, whatever I've done, my life is forfeit now.
Who did you murder?
The people of a farmhold. 8 humans, in addition to the children.
How long you been here?
20 days now. I shouldn't last much longer, another week at most.
Capturing you must have been difficult.
There is no difficulty in capturing prey that surrenders.
You didn't resist?
I waited for several days until the knights arrived.
Why?
Because I wished to.
That doesn't exactly explain things. Aren't you interested in seeking atonement?
Death will be my atonement.
There are other ways to redeem yourself.
Perhaps. What does your wisdom say is equal to my crime?
I'm on a quest of great import.
Importance is a matter of perspective. From here, very little seems meaningful.
You could help me defend the land against the Blight.
The Blight? Are you a Grey Warden, then?
Yes.
Surprising.
I should withhold that information a little bit more, but you seem like the trustworthy sort.
I suppose not every legend is true.
Would the revered mother let you free?
Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance. Farewell, then.
To be left here to starve? Or to be taken by the Darkspawn? No one deserves that. Not even a murderer.
Hopefully I can ask one little favor of the, mother. You know, more than just pretending she doesn't know who I am. Oh, there's a cabinet over there. Want to unlock that for me? Oh, I specifically need a key for that.
Good day, Sister Leliana. I'm surprised to see you're still in Lothering.
It is good to see you as well, Your Reverence.
Is there something I can do for you, then?
I want to talk about Sten.
It might have been kinder to execute him, but I leave his fate to the Maker. Why does he interest you?
What has he done?
He butchered an entire farmhold. Only one of the youngest hid long enough to survive. The child said his father had found the Qunari gravely wounded and took him in. That kindness was repaid with murder. The bandsman found the Canary just standing amidst the carnage. He did not resist them.
What would make him do such a thing?
He would not say, though he acknowledged his guilt. Even the seasoned knights who apprehended him were disturbed by the carnage. However docile he appears, do not be fooled. That Canary is a danger.
What if this causes an incident with his people? Political.
The Maker demands justice, regardless of his race.
I want him freed. I might have a use for him.
Then his next victims might count you and me as their murderers.
I was thinking you might release him into my custody.
And what do you say on this, Leliana? You know your friend better than I.
I don't know. I've known that girl for like all of 10
Your
minutes.
Reverence. With us, the Kunari might do some good. I am sure of it, in fact.
Were things not so desperate? Very well, I trust you. Take these keys to his cage and make her watch over you.
Thank you, Your Reverence. Your trust is not misplaced.
I wonder if I gain anything out of like lying or intimidating her in that circumstance.
On my way.
Those books don't glow like other interactables. I'll have to be more mindful of that. Well, it appears running this game in full screen isn't solving this issue. In fact, it looks like it's going to make it harder for me to close out of here now. Oh, hell. Why you do this? Like, is this game so poorly optimized that my, like, reasonably higher-end rig can't run it and OBS at the same time? Yeah, I can't even get rid of this window, man. Oh. Okay. Something managed to close it. Apparently turning down graphics to medium won't have any noticeable impact on the game, but might help with stability. I suppose we can try that. In which case, I don't need to play in full screen. Which I guess means I also don't need this. Alright, talk to you once more.
All my captors. I have nothing to say that would amuse a dwarf. Leave me in peace. I am Sten of the Beresar. I suggest you leave me to my fate. I have been convicted of murder. Death will be my atonement. Perhaps. The Blight. My people have heard legends of the Grey Ward. Perhaps if you told her...
To be...
Alright. Yeah, I don't think I see any noticeable difference in quality here. Suppose I could turn it down further by using more simplistic lighting.
Delighted.
We'll see how long this lasts.
Good day, sister.
It is...
Is there something I can do for you? It might... The bandsman found the Canary just... Even the seasoned knights who apprehended him were disturbed by the carnage. Then his next victim...
These...
were things...
Alright, got the keys again. Aren't any other quests on this board, are there? No. And, you wanted me to do something in the woods, I think, but I've already got that quest, so all good there.
Let me ask you this then, Morrigan. What if there really was a maker?
Then I would wonder why he has abandoned his creation. It seems terribly irresponsible of him.
He left us because we were determined to make our own way, even if we hurt ourselves. And he could not bear to watch.
But how do you know? You cannot ask him this. Perhaps he has gone to a new creation elsewhere and abandoned this as a dismal failure best forgotten.
I do not need to know, because I have faith. I believe in him, and feel his hope and his love.
Faith. How quickly those who have no answers invoke that word.
How can someone who practices magic have so little capacity to believe in that which he cannot see?
Got you
Magic
there.
is real. I can touch it and command it, and I need no faith for it to fill me up inside. If you were looking for your higher power, there it is.
But only if you can control it. I do not envy the loneliness you must feel at times, Morrigan.
Leave me be. Loneliness would be preferred to this endless chatter.
Faith provides something people desire, which is acceptance and community. If that's something you desire, anyway.
You wish something more of me?
I have the key to open your cage.
I confess, I did not think the priestess would part with it.
She agreed to release you into my custody.
So be it. Set me free and I will follow you against the Blight.
How can you help us exactly?
I have spent my life in the Vanguard. I know war, and your lands need all the help they can get.
Very well.
And so it is done. I will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement.
Thank you, Sten. Glad to have you with us.
May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
Now I gotta pick a new party. The dog's cool and all, but pretty basic. I think I'm gonna bring you in. Alright, Sten, what you got? No weapon, for one. There you go. Oh, right, I stole that from the vendor. Anything else I can use with him? No, I sold most everything else. Okay. Skills, warrior. He can threaten people, he can taunt. I'm not sure if I want him doing that while I'm on the scene. Player strikes out with a weapon blunt end, knocking the opponent to the ground. Slight increase to attack damage while being immune to stun or knockdown effects for the duration of this. Is it a... Okay, no, it's sustained. So that just makes him immune to stun and knockdown. That is real good. With increase to attack even. Attempts to hinder a target's ability to fight. Penalty to attack. Eh. Bonus to attack. Crit. Penalty to move. Bonus to damage. Penalty to attack and defense. Two-handed strength reduces the penalties to attack and defense. Which, yeah, okay, an extra rank. So Indomitable is good if he's getting attacked, but otherwise I use powerful swings when he's just doing damage. And he's got all the combat training. Okay. What tactics you got, guy? Let's see. Oh, and he's got some precise striking as well, right? Activate powerful swings. Self. Surrounded by at least 2 enemies. Use Indomitable. What do I currently have on myself? Okay, just shield bashing and pummeling on any target. It's probably fine. That'll probably do for now.
What now?
Back again?
Okay, all good to go. I should save. Looking all good here. Did I talk to everybody in that bar?
So how is it that
I don't know. I was kind of sleepy last time.
Maker's blessings upon you, Warden.
Any luck with that poison? Or you
Oh yeah, you want poison for your traps. I think I just asked for some information from you, because you said that the all the rooms were taken. Too many refugees.
What's it now? With all these poor mouths to feed, I've no time to spare. Out you go!
And then some performers. Okay.
Of course. So why don't them mages just whip up a spell and make a...
Elder Miriam, have I talked to you?
Thanks for the poultices. They may save some
Ah, that's right.
lives.
I gave you some medicine. You want traps.
Master Federon runs us miners hard. Harder still since Ostagar.
And I guess I should be taking opportunities to talk to my party members, although... How much of it do I
What do
want
you
to be
wish of
doing?
me?
Like, how often? I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Have I already talked to her about this and then just, like, lost it? Because of a crash? Can you teach others to become shape changers?
I cannot teach you, no. But any other mages that cared to learn, yes, I could do that. Send whoever you wish my way, and I shall teach them what I can in the camp, provided they possess the will to even make the attempt.
Specialization unlocked. Oh! Yeah, okay, no, I should talk
What
to
do you
people
wish
then.
of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Did you grow up in the Korkari?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
I'm curious. What's wrong with that?
Any number of cats could inform you of the answer to that question, but have it your way. What is it you asked? If I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
But you kept going back to the wilds.
Would you not do the same? Your world is an unforgiving and cold place. The wilds I hail from is home to me, and
The rural countryside definitely is quite a enchanting place that I would like to go to, but
with so much.
internet.
So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Very daring. That sounds like you.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be travelling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped, and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
I'm supposed to be surprised you're a good liar.
I do not know how well I lie, but I will do whatever I must in order to survive. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
Well, a handshake?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many
To prove that you've got nothing to hide. It's the same reason why you bow. You show the back of your neck to people.
How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Well, I'm glad it worked out this way, at least.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire Darkspawn threat and the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally, then. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on.
Yeah, talk shit about Alistair because he's not here.
Yes? What do you wish of me?
What else do you have to talk about?
If you must.
Have you ever been hunted by the Chantry? You mentioned you were only called out once.
You are very cute to ask so many questions.
And you're cute when you're evasive.
Really? Perhaps we should be wrapped in ribbons and adorned with flowers. So cute are we, too. My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a
She seems like a lady who could hold her own.
The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
Feel sorry for the Templars.
They came with as much swagger and arrogance as they did self-righteousness. Pity them if you wish, for they held none for us. Flemeth would warn them once.
Not sure if that was the tone I delivered that with.
And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Flemeth used you as bait?
'Twas a game, and I a young girl. If I didn't get to play, I would have been very upset. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates.
Can Flemeth move her little hut like Baba Yaga? What exactly is an apostate?
You do not know. The Zealots use that word for any magic they do not control. The Chantry sees any mages not leashed to the Circle of Magi as apostates. And apostates could become Maleficarum, Evil mages that resort to blood magic and become demon-enslaved abominations.
Ooh, I've heard some
May
things
even
about
be
that blood
true.
magic.
Still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit.
I agree completely.
Oh, I hope you're not simply being agreeable. It would be a refreshing change. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
I think you had one more thing
What
to
do you wish
discuss.
of me? If you must.
Is Flemeth really what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
Well, she doesn't seem malicious, so definitely not a Maleficar. A nutty old bat.
Sometimes I do wonder the very same thing. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
I've heard a little of it.
No doubt such a tale has mutated much over time and telling. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
Alright.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
Just how long ago is this?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the Bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conobar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conobar the jealous lord, who looked on from afar. Lord Conobar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife. And Osen agreed.
Flemeth must have been angry.
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conobar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
So she truly loved Osen then.
That was not the point. Conobar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conobar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conobar's allies chased Flemeth, you see, chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Which? She never invaded? Or he never defeated her?
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
Aren't abominations usually insane horrors?
How often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true? There are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemeth became is a mystery, I suspect, even to her.
How is it Flemeth survived so long?
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
Do you believe her version?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has colored her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
An interesting story. Thank you.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
My mother died a long time ago.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
Alright, how about you, Leliana?
Yes?
What do you know of this place?
Lothering? I think it started as a settlement by the river, and then grew when it became the place where two roads met. There are always people in Lothering, but many are just passing through. Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
This vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was
You
so
are the
dense
one
and
from my
so real.
dreams.
And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in.
You dreamed of the Blight?
I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
And this made you want to help me?
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the Blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Blight devours everything?
Suppose I couldn't sit by either.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a Blight to stop. Yes? Well, here I am.
What was life like in the Chantry?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
How so?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
What did you say?
What can I say to them? What they believe is what the Chantry says, and the Chantry is infallible, yes? Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now. Yes? Well, here I am.
What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
You just don't seem to belong in in a cloister. You've got very forward ideas.
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
Affirmed.
We affirm our belief in the Maker, in Andraste and the Chant, but other than that, there are no vows taken.
So your skills were learned in your time before the Chantry?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on. Yes?
I don't think I had anything more to speak of. How about you, Sten?
Why are we stopping?
We're working together. I think I should get to know you.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
Are you alright? You were in that cage for weeks.
You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight.
I've never seen a Qunari before. Tell me about your people.
No.
I wasn't expecting that.
Get used to disappointment. People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of, the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
Low blow.
As you wish.
I'll drop that, but hey, I wanted to
Yes.
talk about something else.
Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on.
I guess not.
I am hardly surprised.
Why did you come to Ferelden?
To answer a question.
What was the answer?
Were you not at Ostagar when the army was overwhelmed? That is your answer.
I mean, everybody who isn't part of the Blight should probably care, but why would the Qunari care?
Why do you?
It's a threat to Orzammar.
Is it? If the Darkspawn are attacking Ferelden, doesn't that mean there are fewer preying on your own people? Don't strain yourself pondering that. I do not know why the Arishok sent us. He commands and I go.
And you have to report back then?
Yes.
So what are you still doing here?
I cannot go home.
I mean, right now you're technically under my watch, but you had an opportunity to run. Why not?
It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting. As you wish.
Man, a few words and disapproval. Save once more. Fields to my right, tower to my left.
On my way.
Get you some gloves.
We done heard what was said. You're a warden. I don't know if you killed King Kalen, and make her forgive me, I don't care. But that bounty on your head could feed a lot of hungry bellies. Attack!
All right. Got my thing on, so I guess just taunt. Everybody else go about their business as usual. Kinda wish I had a button to just like stop controlling somebody so that they go about their tactics. Bit of rubble. Oh, what is this now? Ah. Oh shoot. Damn. Well, good thing I saved recently. I could really use a heal.
We done heard what was said, but that...
Good enough.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
I need to look back over my tactics. Drain life when she's low health. Mind blast targets who are close to her. Maybe I'll put on the lightning bolt. Clustered. Why is it not showing my full list? Activate Song of Valor, which increases our regen. Uses a rapid shot to shoot more. Yeah, I guess. I don't have a bow anymore.
On my way.
Now we get our hands dirty.
Back! I'll try to be merciful.
Oh, this should be
Come and get it. Wipe her out. Enough! I hate this part.
very well. We are victorious again. You will learn to fear me.
Cutting it close.
Of course. Dear me, it seems I fell down during the fight, didn't I?
need just like one more level so I can get a heal spell.
Get back, Sandal! Don't let him touch you!
Oh lord.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
You're welcome.
The name's Bodon Fedek, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Roads
My
be
boy.
mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
Dutch, do you want to travel with the Grey Warden?
Grey Wardens? My, that does rather explain a lot. No offense, but I suspect there's more excitement on your path than my boy and I can handle. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune, Doug.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we? We'll be off as soon as this mess is cleaned up.
Of course.
Thank you kindly for all your assistance.
All right.
Sealed letter. Oh, and a small statue. That's a gift. What was in that letter? Oh, yeah, can't open that. It's for someone else. I guess it would be amongst my journal. Elvakarm regrets. I won't go back. Let them hunt and dread finding me. But you, Melis, should not live this life. It would please me if you found a life in the Circle Tower. I left a few things there, mostly stolen from the enchanters. Sell them to fund a new path. The cache is in the study area. Middle alcove. Goodbye. Alright, not that. Still in my inventory somewhere then? I don't know where that letter got off to.
Hello.
We'll be off as soon as this mess is cleaned.
And some Icar.
Thank you kindly for all your assistance.
Okay, that's to leave the zone. Anything else out in this field to fight? Or as an AoE, is it? No. At least I don't think so. Yeah, I do feel like I should just be controlling her. Everybody else just being on auto seems fine. Is there a reason you're just standing there taking at me? God, bastard stunned me before I could. Honestly, as long as I've got this active, I don't think I really need to have it on the bar. I'll just have one to defend? Any decent active abilities I could just throw on there? I don't know what I want to do with this tactic yet.
Of course.
Start using stuff like below the belt and dirty fighting. So that's just a stun. That'll pin someone in place. Enemy. Between short, medium range, use pinning shot. Yeah, alright. So, prioritize dirty fighting if you're being attacked. Shattering shot. Pinning shot, shattering shot, crippling shot. Yeah, it should be fine. Hopefully that will keep her doing more ranged damage and controlling crowds.
Let's finish this. Now we get our hands dirty. As you wish. I tried to be merciful. Wipe them out.
Boy, leave them be.
Is that all you got?
Okay, that seems to have gone better. Looks like everybody was actually participating in that fight all the way through. I've got a helmet. Suppose she could use a helmet. With bonus physical resistance.
All right.
Ooh, bunch of gear on that person. Might be able to fully outfit you. Bonus mental resistance. There, that's some armor for you. No difference between these.
And so I shall. As you desire.
Is there actually anything for me to do out in this region? I don't know. It's nice having me auto-use potions, but I'm gonna run out of those real fast. Using ranged attack, activate, shield cover. So many spiders.
Of course. All right.
They garden anything? Or is this just their warren? Yeah, okay, nothing there. Well, I gotta say, it seems like just turning settings down even further is all it took. Things seem very stable now. Okay, I killed all the bandits, so I can hand that in. That's 3 flasks of venom, which I guess I can craft. He's in a different area. Oh, these are like main quests. So I have to go back home and get the aid of the dwarves. Speak with the elves. Speak with the magi. From the Testament of Rigby. Deliver to also Redcliffe. This is a DLC. Okay, yep.
What is it?
Craft me some venoms. Oh, I'm gonna need some flasks to do that, though. Mr. Vendor.
Why are you here?
Excuse me?
Obviously you are no pre-
Don't suppose you're looking to buy something? All right. Just don't buy everything up.
You have just like regular old flasks, right? No? Ah, no. I think I also sold you some venom. Do you still have that? Doesn't seem like it.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just. And Eileen spoke unto the masses, my hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Anything interesting on the board?
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
On behalf of Thed the farmer and his departed son, I inscribe this missive. As the Maker is my witness, I charge all those with knowledge of arms and armor to brave the dangers of the northern wood to find the family of bears that mauled and killed the boy Enith, for they are an abomination in the Maker's sight, and their hides would prove great comfort to the northern farms and solace for Thed's family. As chanted for Lothring, I do pledge a sum of 1 sovereign to whoever carries out this, the Maker's will. Exercise caution first and foremost. May his light bathe us all. Thanks to all villagers who opened their barns and crofts to the refugees in these dark times. The Chantry regularly hears praise from our visitors, and your virtuous deeds are mentioned in many prayers. Sadly, there is a lone boy in the village whose mother, Goodwife Sarah, is missing. And she has been missing for the better part of a week as of this writing. She is presumed dead. May the Maker bless her passing. She was the lady of middle years with red hair and fond of a green cloak. If any traveler or resident comes across her in the wilds, please return her body or the effects on her remains. In later years, the boy will be thankful to have such keepsakes to remember his brave mother by. The office of the Chanter will compensate this kindness with a sum of 50 silvers. May the Maker turn his gaze on us all. Well, this one seems more pressing, so I'll take that. Am I allowed to take both? I am allowed to take both, okay. I guess they were just limiting my access earlier on. Is there anybody else around here who could sell me stuff that would have the vials?
And so many mouths to feed.
Oh, maybe I fulfilled her quest right away. She doesn't seem to have anything to say. Oh. Is that a crash? That appears to be a crash. Oh, it took long enough. Glad I have still been saving. I wonder if I can lower the quality any further. It's like we're kicking things down to low might be a bit too much. I haven't actually run this without VSync yet. Okay, that seems fine. Oh my god, what? Do I need VSync?
done.
Small bonus to spirit resistance. Well, I don't know if I'm going to use any of those defensive consumables. At least not this early on, because I'm just getting attacked by bandits and dogs, most like.
Why are you here?
What do you mean?
Women are priests, or merchants, or artisans, or farmers. None of those have any place fighting.
I have no idea how to answer this.
It is not done. There is no more to it.
Do you mean your people have no female mages or warriors?
Of course not. Why would our women wish to be men?
What are you talking about? They don't wish to be men.
They shouldn't. That can only lead to frustration.
Sten! No, never mind. Let's drop this.
Oh, Sten.
Blessed are the
Accept. Oh, I changed my tactics again, didn't I? This... No, I think I saved right after changing the tactics. Thank goodness. You know, I don't care much for the Gambit system in Final Fantasy when it was presented to me. Go, spider, go! Approached that poorly. Mostly because I accidentally turned myself into a spider.
Yes? Right away.
Hmm?
They say your mother is Flemeth, a witch of the Kakari Wilds.
They also say that washing your feet in winter makes you catch cold in the head, but we all know that is not true. But sometimes they are right, and they are right in this.
You know the stories about...
Of course. You think my mother would let me go without telling me all the stories of her youth?
My mother told me stories too. She was the one who kindled my love of the old tales and legends.
My mother's stories curdled my blood and haunted my dreams. No little girl wants to hear about the wilder men her mother took to her bed, using them till they were spent, then killing them. No
What is
little
she,
girl wants
a
to be told
spider?
that this is also expected of
I guess you can turn into a spider, yeah.
I see.
No, you don't. You really don't.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Accept. Try this again. So is this adding cold damage or... Yeah, okay, additional cold damage, so... Oh, and it's only for melee attacks. So that is helping out Sten and Raz. And Leliana, I suppose, when somebody gets up close with her. I don't think I want this. I should put Lyrium on her bar. Ah, these wolves. Do I need to, like, micromanage this a little bit more?
It's done.
Maybe use a poison on her while I'm at it? If I still have any.
Why are you here?
Excuse me?
Obviously you are no priestess, but shouldn't you be running a shop?
Let him...
Yes, of course.
Yes?
It's weird. Like, yeah, if I'm taunting, I'm shield pummeling any enemy, but then, like, they just weren't attacking afterwards. Oh, it's because I've got defensive going on. That's why I haven't been doing anything. death root on there. And some acid. Move my save to here. If I'm just going to be dying after every engagement, it seems.
Very well.
Try using an acid coating.
Try not to look too incompetent. It's embarrassing. We are idiots.
Hey, look at that! Things went much better. Probably because Tank was actually contributing that time. Alright, one threat dealt with.
Desire.
Found the body of the boy's mother and have recovered her keepsake. Well, darn, couldn't save her. Well, there's the bear. Wasn't one of these bears yellow? Kill that bear. Well, that went much better than the other fights. I was expecting these bears to... well, you kind of shred me. Or be super tanky. Landmark tree. Single landmark, but otherwise unremarkable at this time. That will serve a purpose later. All the diseased bears are dead. And I found the keepsake. Cool. Alright, getting a little bit of a better handle for the combat here. Maybe I'll actually manage to get out of Lothering today.
Let him take notice and shine, and the stars stood still. All was silent in prayer and thanks.
Oh, do you actually have more to say? No? Alright. Out of quests there.
And Eileen spoke unto the masses, my hearth is yours, my bread is yours. Blessed are...
Might be done with quests here. Oop, that's enough for a level. Okay, so I wanted 2 cunning, so I could use that next level of, whatever the social thing was. Oh, I guess I don't get that yet. Regardless. I should probably get threatened. It's gonna do my job as a tank. It's either that or shield wall. Significant bonus to armor and greater likelihood of shrugging off missile attacks. Shield expertise eventually. Make me immune to knockdowns. Didn't I have something that I wanted to use? Got some nice armor there. It's going to require a bunch of strength. Yeah, a bunch of strength. Just put points into dexterity until I actually need something. But I do need strength.
What?
You're getting close to a level. You guys are still a little bit behind.
Qunari, out of its cage.
Indeed.
I would question this, but I have far more pressing matters to deal with. Misstep, creature, and it will be your last.
A Qunari does not misstep.
It figures that you would be behind this.
Things seem dire.
They are. With the Ban having taken his men north, the village is left to its fate. We will evacuate as many as we can before the Horde reaches us. I will stay as long as I am needed. Now, unless there's something else you need.
I should go. I should crash the game. I would very much like to know what causes that. Seems I'm just gambling, and at any given moment I could lose everything. Oh, gotta fight the bears again.
And so I shall. All right.
Get over here, you stupid bear. Again? Okay, it doesn't seem like V-Sync's the thing that's doing it. Hmm. Hey, homie. Friday. What was I doing Friday? Oh, was that just my, like, super short stream because I was tired? Yeah, I think I streamed for, like, barely an hour and was disheartened by, like, the repeated crashes I was experiencing, which doesn't appear to have gotten much better. How you doing, though? Down. Alright, heading to the quest, level up. Don't crash.
Path of righteousness is full, and
Get my cunning, my strength, threaten. Curious to see what these look like if I just prioritize doing damage. Control. Debilitator. Scrapper, Archer. Yeah, let's just use the predefined roles. See how that does for us.
It's good to see you again, Sister Leliana.
Thank you, Sir Maron.
Heard any news?
Not since Teyrn Loghain passed by with his army. It's a shame about the king. But with the Darkspawn coming, few can think of anything else.
Alright, I think I've already talked to you about the other stuff. You're not very fond of us. I don't think anyone else is of important here, apart from you.
You dare to bring that Canary here? Get him out! Out!
I sense I am unwanted.
What's the matter?
This is intolerable. Leave at once.
I won't even have anything to do with me anymore. Alright, well, that's fine then, I guess. I had a pretty good Christmas. I had a very eventful Christmas season, honestly, and it's still ongoing. We, my bi-weekly group has become weekly recently, what with meetups and holidays going back to back. Spent some time with family, spent some time with my regular like weekly group, and we're planning on meeting up again tomorrow for New Year's. And hopefully after this week things will calm down a bit, because I'm getting pretty exhausted with it all. But it's fun. I think I informed these people about the bandits.
Greetings, Sir Dwarf. Your folk are famous for their generosity. Might you spare some bread?
What happened?
We thought it would... Nobody cares about a few elves.
I met those bandits. They're dead now.
I...
Okay, yeah, and then they leave. Don't know if that gets me any experience, but they'll go save themselves. And how about you? Have your holidays been pleasant? Eat a bunch of good food? Okay, I do believe we're done in Lothering. There's not really anybody else to talk to, and I don't see any more quests here. Oh, you just qualify for a specialization. Oh, is this when I talked to Morgan?
Makes you catch cold in the head, but we all know that is not true. But sometimes they are right, and they are right in this.
You know the stories about...
Of course. You think my mother would let me go without telling me all the stories of her youth?
Oh yeah, I listened to this one
My
already.
mother told me stories too.
You can have 2 specializations, with the first becoming available at level 7 and the second at 14. But first, you'll need to find a trainer.
She was the one who kindled my love.
Yeah, because I am currently level 7. So I'm going to have to find someone who will train me in the ways of the warrior.
My mother's stories curdled my blood and haunted my dreams. No little girl wants to hear about the wilder men her mother took to her
As a paladin.
bed, using them till they were spent, then killing them. No little girl wants to be told that this is also expected of her once she comes of age.
I see.
No, you don't. You really don't.
No, it's a little on the lackluster side, but still good, hopefully. You can always make your own sweet potato pie. Gather party and venture forth. Oh, nice. Alright, well, yeah, there is indeed going to be a dragon in this age. Origin.
Bad dreams, huh?
Must have been something I ate.
Drank more like, as in the tainted blood, remember? You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
Ugh. Well, that might give us information on their position if we can see the scene. The Archdemon, is that the dragon?
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but
It looks like a dragon, breathes fire like a dragon, and shouts like a dragon, then I'm just may as well be.
But I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
Any other surprises I should know about?
Other than dying young and the whole defeat the blight alone thing, no. I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
And I've even got a camp to socialize with everybody. Oh, and socialize I shall. Understand.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
What can a Templar do exactly?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
So couldn't others learn these talents?
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together.
It's horrible. Can't believe they would do that.
Well, they do it, and they feel perfectly justified. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templar's talents more effective, or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that.
It gives you more mana, which I guess is more effective.
Get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me. What do you need? Ask away.
Can you teach others to be a Templar?
I suppose I could. But I really would rather not. When the Grand Cleric let Duncan recruit me, she made me swear never to reveal Templar secrets outside of the Chantry. I'd rather not go back on my word.
Very well. I'll respect your word.
Ask me later, perhaps. Maybe I'll change my mind. This is not something small you're asking, after all.
Up.
What do you need? Ask away.
Tell me about the Grey Wardens.
Such as they are.
Is there a headquarters somewhere?
Here in Ferelden, there's our compound in Denerim at the palace, but that's it. Loghain will have control over that and be watching it, no doubt. Beyond that, the only place I know of is Weishaupt Fortress. That's the headquarters of all Grey Wardens in the Anderfelds, 1,000 miles from here. But I've no idea how to even contact them. So unless we try to get back to the compound in Denerim, I suppose the answer is no. There's nowhere for us to go.
So what happens now that there's just two of us?
I imagine that eventually the Grey Wardens outside of Ferelden will wonder what's happened. Why there's no contact from Duncan or someone. They'll send someone eventually. Though who knows.
And presumably word is spread that they died and are untrustworthy.
We could try to contact them. But that would mean leaving Ferelden, and even if we did, they couldn't come back with us in time to stop the Blight. So that means whatever happens, it's up to us.
We need to start rebuilding the Order?
I mean, eventually we would have to use the joining to make more Grey Wardens, right? But I don't know how to do the joining, or what's involved. I know it involves lyrium and some other magic, and that it's really difficult to prepare, but that's it. Unless we can find out more about the joining, I guess we better get used to the idea that there might only be two of us for now. Until more come from elsewhere.
Where are the nearest Grey Wardens?
That's a good question. There's plenty in Orlais, but who knows where they might be found. And the nearest Orlesian city is weeks away. If we go north and cross the sea, there's bound to be some in the Free Marches. Again, however, I just don't know where. I don't know anything about Grey Wardens in other lands. About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. What do you need? Ask away.
So how did you become a Grey Warden?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
I'm more curious about the circumstances.
I do my best. What can I say? Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
So you mentioned.
It's really for the best. I'm not exactly the Chantry type, if you haven't noticed. I don't think I would have made a very good Templar. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
Such does his station afford him a fair bit of power. Why did the Grand Cleric want to keep you?
I wondered that myself. It's not as if she valued me highly. I think she just didn't want to give anything to the Grey Wardens is all. The Chantry didn't lose much. And I think I can do more fighting the Blight anyhow, rather than sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I would never... I wouldn't have.
He was a good man.
He was. A good man who didn't deserve his fate. That much I'm sure of. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking. What do you need? Ask away.
So you said this Arl Eamon raised you.
Did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact.
That would explain the smell.
Well, it wasn't until I was 8 that I discovered you didn't have to lick yourself clean. Old habits die hard, you know.
So does a horde of Darkspawn, I'm told.
Point taken. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Arleman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
But you blamed him then?
I was young and resentful and not very pious. Of course I blamed him. I remember screaming at him like a little child. Well, I was a child, so I doubt he was surprised. Arleman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
What an awful thing to do to a child.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence, I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
You were young?
And raised by dogs. Or I may as well have been, the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that. I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a good man, and well loved by the people. He also was King Kaelin's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
I think that exhausts everything that I've got for him. You have anything more to say now that we're at camp?
Yes. Well, here I am.
You were a traveling minstrel. Do you have tales to share?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Know any stories from Orlais?
Of course, Orlesians enjoy telling stories. I shall tell you my favorite tale of Aveline, the Knight of Orlais.
Sounds interesting.
A long time ago, a girl child was born to a farmer. He had hoped for a son, not a daughter, and so he told his wife to abandon the child in the woods. Before the cold could claim her, the baby was found by a tribe of Dalish elves who took pity on the poor mewling thing and raised her as their own. Aveline, for that is what they called her, grew strong and quick and clever under the guidance of the elves. She learned to wield the sword as well as any man, could kill a deer with an arrow at 100 paces, and was as graceful on the back of a horse as she was on foot.
Saw that coming.
Many legends have familiar forms and themes. We enjoy them so because we know them. Aveline's Dalish guardians saw that she could easily best any Orlesian chevalier in battle, and wanted to show the cruel humans the child they had left to die. They bestowed upon her a fine horse and armor, and sent her to prove herself to her people in the grand tourney. Now in those days, no woman was allowed to take up arms. let alone compete in the Grand Tourney. But Aveline kept her helmet on and was not discovered.
Did she win?
Aveline won many events and gained the approval of the adoring crowd. Eventually, she came face to face with the knight Kaleva in the Grand Melee. Aveline had already bested him in the joust, and Kaleva was determined not to lose a second time. Out of desperation to regain his honor, Kaleva tripped Aveline and tossed her to the ground, ripping off her helmet as he did so. Silence fell upon the arena as Aveline was revealed. Kaleva declared the previous competitions invalid. A woman had taken part, and this was not allowed. But the crowd cheered for Aveline. Kaleva was furious, for he had lost to a woman and was now being shamed. Blinded by his rage, he forced Aveline to her knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he, and slit her throat.
I was hoping for a happy ending.
The son of the king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Aveline's skill and bravery and began to see the injustice done to the women in his land. When he was made king, he rewrote the laws of Orlais so that women could also become chevalier. He honored Aveline and knighted her after her death. And to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Aveline the Brave, for she is the patron of all women chevalier.
Any Ferelden legends?
I know one, told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth?
I met a Flemeth in the Korcari Wilds.
Are you sure? Was she the Flemeth of legend? Flemeth, the devourer of men? Flemeth, mother of witches? Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists?
She has many titles. I could go on. She didn't really introduce herself as such.
Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you.
Tell me the whole story.
Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing, she practiced her art. And then one day, a young poet named Osen came to the castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love.
Ooh, the plot thickens.
Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Korcari Wilds with the Chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle ran red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many Chasing men, and with their help, begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Kokari wilds.
Tell me about the Darkspawn.
Chantry lore says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinter Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin. And it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris.
There was another story I wanted to hear.
Which one?
Anything about the Dalish?
I have heard a little about how the elves gained their freedom from the Tevinter Imperium. When Andraste began her exalted march against the Imperium, the elves joined her cause to fight their masters. The great elven leader, Shatan, born in captivity, rose up to lead his people. He foresaw a future where the elves were free. Shatan was killed when Andraste was betrayed, but the elves continued to fight, eventually breaking free of the Imperium. The elves claimed the Dales in the south and settled there in the land of their own.
It didn't last.
The elves lived in the Dales for centuries. They resurrected the worship of the elven gods and would allow the building of no chantry. This angered the chantry, and the hostility between the two factions finally broke out in open war. The chantry says the elves struck first, but I do not know whether to believe it. The chantry declared a holy exalted
And
march
you really are an
against the
upstart.
elves, named for Andraste's similar march against Tevinter. During the exalted march of the Dales, the elven cities were sacked, and the elven state completely dissolved. Some of the elves bitterly accepted their fates and surrendered to human rule, living in the human cities as second-class citizens. But others, still fiercely proud of their heritage, refused to bow to the humans, and instead became homeless wanderers. They were the elves of the Dales, the Dalish.
What about Andraste?
Andraste was the Maker's chosen. The Maker had long since abandoned the world when the sound of her singing turned his ear. Beauty, grace, and wisdom enraptured him, and he offered to take her from this flawed world to become his divine bride. But Andraste had an earthly husband and would not forsake him. Instead, she beseeched the Maker to return to his people once more. So earnest was her plea that the Maker was moved, and promised that he would create a paradise on earth if all abandoned their false gods and turned once more to him. And this is why Andraste began her exalted march on the idolaters of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker granted her his powers with which to smite her enemies. Andraste brought the Imperium to its knees, and her victories converted many to the worship of the Maker.
How did Andraste die?
Alas, it was the frailties of men that betrayed and killed Andraste. Her earthly husband, Mafarath, a chieftain of the Alamari tribes himself, grew jealous as his wife's popularity and influence overshadowed his own. She was also revered as the Maker's betrothed, and Mafarath began to see their own bond waning in significance as Andraste became ever more devoted to the Maker. Out of envy and
Married to
spite,
her work.
Mafarath made a pact with the Archon Hysarian of Tevinter, allowing his beloved Andraste to be ambushed and captured. Andraste was burned at the stake in Minrathous, the capital of Tevinter.
But Tevinter has a chantry, doesn't it?
The Tevinter Chantry claims that in Andraste's last moments, Hysarian's heart softened, and he heard the voice of the Maker telling him to end her suffering. He plunged his sword into her heart, and as her blood washed over his hands, he became one of the faithful. Dissenters said that the Archon only converted because he could not stem the tide of Andraste's cult, and was forced to do so to stay in power. We will never know for sure.
Create another save, because that was a lot. All your party's injuries are healed when you return to camp. Each party member can be found somewhere in the camp, making it an ideal location to hand out new equipment, give gifts, or talk. I can give gifts?
Yes. Well, here I am.
Okay, nothing more to share. How do I give a gift? Oh, right. I also grabbed a list of gifts. She likes holy things, symbols, and shoes. Do I have anything that meets that? Not really. But do Morrigan, Alistair, and Sten like? Oh, Alistair likes the statuettes and runestones. Morrigan likes grimoires and jewelry. I've got some of that too. And Sten likes swords, totems, and art. Might have totem? I'll see if I can't give Alistair a gift. Yeah, chasing flat blade's real good for him. Something for him. Give that to someone else.
A fine gift.
Okay, I just drag it onto them. Alistair, you would like this.
I could get used to this, you know.
And, my dog is already maxed out with me, but I don't know who else I'm going to give a beef bone to. Here, buddy. Maybe that'll shut him up for a while. Got some alcohol, and I've got a tribal necklace. Sun bleached teeth and bones. if this counts as jewelry.
A fine gift. You have
Yeah.
my thanks.
Good enough. Got a good bit of approval now. New ability, minor constitution, minor magic. Alright. Inspired by your leadership, this party member has gained a minor bonus to magic. And Alistair has gained a minor bonus to constitution. Well, that's nice. I don't think I'm going to be using him much, but still good to have. Hey, Sten.
Yes.
Gonna be a little more approachable now that we're all gathered around the fire together? I have a question.
I am hardly surprised. Very well.
Yeah, you're gonna talk like that. I want to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on.
I already asked him this, but what were you doing in that cage?
Sitting, as you observed.
Alright, well, if you're gonna be so standoffish. Cute. You're the silent type, I see.
Your grasp of the obvious is remarkable.
You don't like me much, do you?
Warden, if I truly disliked you, I would leave. That I am still here, you may interpret however you choose.
You're impossible.
I know. Parshera, was there anything else? As you wish.
Well, that got me a fair bit of approval with him, though. Hey there, Levi. What you doing here?
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy. Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
Can't say I had much opportunity. You know Duncan?
Oh, yes, for years. Considered him a friend, I did. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want...
Aster, you know this man? Never seen this man before in my life. How did you know Duncan?
It's a bit of a tale, that is. But I'm the one who brought the Grey Wardens back to Ferelden. Well, I was one of the ones. There were a lot of us. Maker's breath, I'm a bit nervous. Honoured to be here, really.
Why? There's only two of us here. Not much of a procession. Tell your tale.
After King Maric
Spin your
freed
yarn.
from the Orlesians, the Grey Wardens begged the King's permission to come into Ferelden. Some sort of internal business. Me and a mess of other Warden sympathisers spoke on behalf of your order. Tan Loghain was very much against letting Orlesian Wardens in the kingdom. But Maric, Andraste, bless him, was a fair-minded monarch and he let them in. So that's why I was there when the Wardens and their leader, Genevieve, presented herself to the king. The first Wardens in Ferelden in over a century. Proudest day of my life, that was. Duncan was a bit of a scamp back then. We were of an age and struck up a friendship. The king himself went with the Wardens on their mysterious business. When he returned, he rescinded King Ardlan's decree, and the Wardens came back to Ferelden for good.
Maric rescinded the decree, just like that?
Maric was a bit of a visionary. A powerful mind, that one. In his travels with the Wardens, he must have seen how important their cause was, and been moved by it.
Duncan was an easy man to like.
That he was.
What promise did Duncan make to you?
My family, well, past a bit checkered to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arlen banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
It's a bit drastic, isn't it?
And then some. Not much is known about that time. After King Arlen died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
Surprised you kept your name.
Our family's only crime was guarding the kingdom against the Blight. We're not ashamed of that.
So what favor did Duncan ask? Or did you ask of Duncan?
I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honor.
Never even heard of Soldier's Peak.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Arlen's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honor.
Why didn't Duncan help you?
Darkspawn surfaced in southern Ferelden, and Duncan got plenty busy recruiting new wardens and meeting with good King Cailan. Duncan said he would help after the Battle of Ostagar. Said there might be useful things at the peak, but he never had the chance.
How will reclaiming the peak help the Wardens?
Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
What do you need from me?
I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it at least?
Your family's faith will be rewarded. I will help you.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
And off he goes.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer.
Oh, you decided to stick around, did you?
Rodon Fenwick, at your service, once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Feel free to stay. Just mind yourselves.
Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Oh, yeah, good. About time.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
What enchantments does he do?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
No, I'd like to see what other goods you have.
Oh, certainly, I can do that for you. Just come with me.
Do you have... You do have, flasks. There we go. 3 of those to make the poisons that I need. Provided I can go back, that is. Oh, and you have some good quality stuff on you. I should maybe think about upgrading my own armor so I can take a hit for my team. Quest bunch of strength. Less fatigue and bonus dexterity sounds good. Reduces hostility. Oh, I don't want that. At least not on me. Ooh, it's also pretty expensive. More armor. Also give fatigue, unfortunately. Willpower and constitution. Eh, not a pressing matter. Think I'll buy myself some boots. Increases monetary gain. Oh, well, that sounds like it'll just give me money back over time. 2% ranged crit chance. That could be good if I'm not using the precise attack on Leliana. More fire damage, more cold damage, stamina regen. Danger resistance, willpower, all the stats. I'll get that for sure. Suppose I could get this. Sure, let's make use of this money. Domes! Gives me 1 point to spend on a talent or spell, but is rendered useless afterwards. Okay, so that is just skill up. Golden rope necklace. Get another gift for Morgan, I suppose. Grey Warden hand puppet. It's free? It appears to be free. And a fat loot. Oh, bunch of gifts here. If I recall, yeah, I need to give this to Alistair. I think there was somebody who liked doubles. Maybe not. Canary prayers. wonder if this is something that I'd want to give to Sten or Liliana. Hmm. Well, I know someone who's gonna like that. Probably what kind of unknown material attached to a dog collar. Looks like it would be uncomfortable to wear. Oh yeah, someone's gonna want that. Uncrushable pigeon. This pigeon coos happily, apparently comfortable in the knowledge that no force could ever crush it. What the hell is this? Thought that might have been like a clay pigeon that can't break, but no, it's just a pigeon that is immune to damage. Can I employ that in my party? Give it taunt? I don't know how many of these I should take. Crafting components. Oh yeah, and I guess I can sell stuff to you. I don't think I can be using the dog. So I think I can sell these. Nor am I using these. % to healing effects received. Oh, this is a longsword. Oh, I want to use this. Where'd I get that from? Was that a crust reward? Totally missed it. Don't need these gloves. It seems like Dragon Age is going to crash no matter what I do, but at the very least I've limited the number of crashes. So I am going to like try to power through and continue to look into making it more stable. But after Dragon Age, I am get the inkling for a horror game, and I think I got something in mind. Just bought those. I can get rid of this. Just bought that. Haven't used these yet. Just reduce movement speed. Put that on a ranged attack to limit how... Well, yeah, to keep the melee out of the fight longer and to kite if need be. I can sell that vellum. I can sell that green stone. All right. Put that sword on. Stronger than my sword. And gets me some extra healing whenever that comes up. Does more damage, has a higher crit chance, more armor pen. But I'd lose the 1% crit and armor pen. Huh. Is better for him. .65 for armor pen. 4.80 for armor pen. Okay, yeah, still better off with the chastened. Get me some decks. Is there anybody who wants my boots? Guess that's probably worth it. Give her some shoes. Give her a helmet, though it'll look awful. Give herself a belt. Give Liliana a belt.
Enchantment?
Enchantment.
Enchantment!
Alright, so I got a slow rune. Got a fire rune. I've got an electricity rune. I think I'm gonna need fire damage right now. Oh, can I not? It's like I would want the Darkspawn bow to have the slow rune.
Enchantment? Enchantment!
Well, this is the only one that's got a slot open for it. Okay, well... if that's the case... guess I'd have to put the slow rune on there. Chance to reduce movement speed. Why not? Make this her primary weapon. All enchantable items in the party inventory, including those currently equipped, can be upgraded by an enchanter, as long as you also have runes available. Select the item you wish to enchant, then drag and drop the desired runes into the slots on the item.
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out.
So what's your story exactly?
I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open. I'm originally from Orzammar, just as you are, I suspect. You don't have the look of a surface dwarf about you. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Why'd you leave?
One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
Do I? I don't care. And why? And did you steal them?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I've been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for. The lost tigers. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold.
You stole from the thags of the noble houses? How dare you?
You know, she said that exact same thing in that exact same tone.
Ah, us nobles, all alike.
With the theft of her brother's braces? I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
Quite lucky to have done so well.
I thank the stone every single day. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
You didn't mention your son in the tale.
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
blood isn't all that important.
That's how I've always felt. As long as he's happy, so am I. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
Where do these goods come from? Not the deep roads.
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tigers, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
What do you mean?
People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
Suppose it's better than having the Darkspawn take it.
That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
Heard any rumors?
With King Cailan dead, the throne falls to Queen Anora. She's made her father the regent, however, at least for now. I think Cailan's father, old King Merrick, would have approved. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is. Of course. Good fortune to you and yours.
Goodbye.
Oh, still have some people to talk to. Do we have any other guests at our camp? See Morgan here. The dog. Liana, Alistair, Sten, Morgan way off to the side. Well, I suppose I can give out some gifts. Oh, some of them are only for particular people. Yeah, Liliana won't take the chant. Have a book.
And you give this to me, why?
Oops. Apparently she did not want that at all. Alright, well, I guess I'll call things here and undo that mistake. And we will pick this up again. Yeah, I'm going to be spending New Year's Eve at a friend's place, so no stream tomorrow, but what would that be, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday and Friday we'll be back for some more Dragon Age Origins. Thank you very much for stopping by. We will see you next time. Take care. Have yourself a good night and a happy new year.